My dear students, today we are going to see a new chapter, number 12, triangles and their properties. This is the new chapter today we are going to see. Okay. First of all, we are going to see what is meant by triangle. What is meant by triangle? Tri means three. Angle means you know what is meant by angle. The two rays meet each other and forms the angle. So, the shape formed by three angles is said to be triangle. Also, we can define triangle as triangle is a polygon with three sides. You go and search what is meant by polygon. Okay? Triangle is a polygon with three sides. So, triangle has how many sides? Three sides. A triangle has three sides, three angles and three vertices. Also, we can define the triangle as the three sides, the three angles of a triangle are called six elements of a triangle. What are the six elements of a triangle? Three sides and three angles. Okay. See this. This is a triangle. See here. This is called vertex A. This is called vertex A. Suppose if you name this triangle as L, M, N means you have to call this vertex as L. Okay. So, the meeting point of these two sides are said to be vertex. So, a triangle has three vertices. One of the vertices is A, and another vertex is B, and another vertex is C. So, triangle has three vertices and triangle has three sides. What are the three sides? AB, this is one side. BC, this is one side. CA or AC, this is another side. So, totally triangle have how many sides? Three sides. Also, the angle between the two sides. See here, we can also name this triangle. They name this angle as angle A or any number also. So, I am naming this angle as angle A. Similarly, I am naming this angle as angle B. I am naming this angle as angle C. So, a triangle has three vertices, three sides and three angles. And now listen my question children. Which is the opposite side of vertex A? Listen my question. Which is the opposite side of vertex A? This is vertex A. Which is the opposite side? It has three sides. One is AB, BC and CA. So, opposite to the vertex A is, we have the side BC. So, BC is the side opposite to vertex A. Similarly, CA is the side opposite to vertex B. And which is the side opposite to the vertex C? Yes, very good. AB. AB is the side opposite to the vertex C. Do you understand children? Okay. In the chapter triangles and their properties, we have some more concepts we are going to study. First of all, we are going to see types of triangles. You already know the types of triangles. We are classifying the triangles based on angles and as well as based on sides. Based on angles, we have three types of triangle: acute angle triangle, right angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle. Based on sides, we have three types of triangle: equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle and scalar triangle. Okay. What is meant by acute angle triangle? Triangle has how many angles? Three angles. If all the three angles of a triangle are acute, then the triangle is said to be acute angle triangle. Then what is meant by right angle triangle? Right angle means 90 degree. If any one of the angle of the triangle is 90 degree, then the triangle is said to be right angle triangle. What is meant by obtuse angle triangle? If any one of the angle of the triangle is obtuse angle, then the triangle is said to be obtuse angle triangle. Okay. Then listen my question. What is meant by acute? Angle lies between 0 to 90 degree are called acute angle. And 90 degree is called right angle. And angles lies between 90 to 180 degree are called obtuse angle. Okay. Next we are going to see types of triangle based on sides. Based on the length of the sides of the triangle, we are classifying the triangle as equilateral triangle. What is the equilateral triangle? Triangle has how many sides? Three sides. If all the sides are equal in length, then the triangle is said to be equilateral triangle. I show the diagram of these all the six-type triangle to you. Okay. Equilateral triangle means all the sides of the triangle are equal. And what is meant by isosceles triangle? Isosceles triangle means if any two sides of the triangle are equal, then the triangle is said to be isosceles triangle. Okay. What is meant by scalar triangle? If all the sides of the triangle are in different in length, such triangles are said to be scalar triangle. Do you understand children? Thus, what are the types of triangle? Based on angles we have 3 types. Based on sides we have 3 types. What are they? Acute angle triangle, right angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle. These are based on angles. And based on sides we have equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalar triangle. Okay. Next we are going to see a very important concept. Medians of a triangle. This is your new word you are hearing in this 7th standard. Listen the word median. What is meant by median? We are defining the median for a triangle. Okay. Let us read the definition. Median of a triangle. The line segment joining a vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side is called median of a triangle. Median is nothing but a line segment. Median is nothing but the line segment. The line segment joining two things. What are the two things? One is a vertex and another one is midpoint. So a line segment the joining a vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side is called a median of a triangle. You can easily understand. See this diagram children. I am taking this triangle as ABC. Okay. According to the definition of median, median is a line segment. What is my line segment? It has two endpoints. Okay. It joining a vertex. Now I am choosing a vertex A. So I am choosing the vertex A. This line segment start from the vertex A and it joining the midpoint opposite side. Which is the opposite side of the vertex A? BC. So we have to find out the midpoint. Midpoint means suppose BC measure 8 cm is 4 cm is called midpoint of the side BC. Do you understand children? Suppose BC measures 8 cm means that 4 cm is said to be midpoint of BC. Suppose BC measure 10 cm means the 50 cm is said to be midpoint of the side BC. I hope you understand. So the midpoint of the side BC is 4 cm. I am naming this as D. Okay. So the midpoint of BC is this point D. Now I am going to join the vertex and the midpoint. See here. So this is the line segment joining a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side of a triangle. This line is said to be median. Do you understand children? Once again I am explaining. The line segment joining a vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side is called median of a triangle. Look at this triangle children. See here. This is the triangle PQR. Okay. What are the vertices? PQR are the three vertices of the triangle. Now first we are going to mark the midpoint of the sides. See, C is the midpoint of the side PQ. Similarly, A is the midpoint of the side RQ. Similarly, B is the midpoint of the side RP. Okay, see here. A is the midpoint of the side QR and B is the midpoint of the side RP and C is the midpoint of the side PQ. Okay. Now we are going to join the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So this is the vertex R. Which is the opposite side to the vertex R? PQ. To the side PQ, which is the midpoint C. So we have to join this vertex to its opposite side midpoint. So this line is said to be median. So a triangle has three medians. Thus this is the one of the median RC. RC is 1 median. Next I am going to draw the another median. See here. Next I am choosing the vertex P, which is the opposite side of P, RQ, and which is the midpoint of RQ, A. So I am going to join this vertex and midpoint of its opposite side. So this is the another median. What is the another median? PA. we have to write the name of the median as the vertex and the name of its midpoint. Okay. And what is the next vertex? Q. And which is the opposite side of Q? PR, which is the midpoint of PR, B. Now we are going to join this vertex and the midpoint. So QB. So for this triangle PQR, RC, PA, QB are called medians of the triangle. Do you understand, children? Thus we have seen the medians of a triangle. A triangle has how many medians? 3 medians. See here, children. Next we are going to explain centroid. What is mean by centroid? Now only we can define the medians. Based on the concept median only we are going to define centroid. This is also very important concept. Definitely you have this in your 10th standard. So listen carefully. What is mean by centroid? The 3 medians. Triangle has how many medians? 3 medians. So the 3 medians of what? Of square or rectangle. The 3 medians of a triangle. The 3 medians of a triangle are concurrent. What is mean by the word concurrent? See here. This is one line and this is another line. These 2 lines meeting at this point. So we can define that point as point of intersection. If 2 lines meet each other means that point they are meeting is said to be point of intersection. Similarly, if 3 or more lines, 3 or more lines meeting at a point means that point is said to be point of concurrency. Do you understand, children? Already we have explained in 6th standard also. Okay. Once again I am recalling it now. If 3 or more lines meeting at a point, then the point is said to be point of concurrency or point of concurrent. Then also we can call the lines as a concurrent lines. What is the name of the lines? Concurrent lines. Okay. The 3 medians of a triangle are, here we can also meet as meeting or intersecting. Okay. The 3 medians of a triangle are intersecting, that is concurrent, that is the 3 medians intersect at the same point. That point is said to be centroid of the triangle. See here, this is the triangle ABC. Okay, see here, this is the vertex A, vertex B, vertex C. What is meant by median? Median is the line segment joining vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So this is one median is joining a vertex and midpoint of its opposite side. Do you understand, children? This is one vertex A. The opposite side to the vertex A is BC and the midpoint of BC is D. So the line with joining the vertex A and D is said to be a median. So AD is one of the median of this triangle. Similarly, B is the other vertex, which is the opposite side of B, vertex B, CA, which is the midpoint of CA, E. So the line segment joining B and E is said to be a median of the triangle ABC. Similarly, which is the vertex C? This is the vertex C, which is its opposite side, AB. And what is the midpoint of AB? F. So the line segment joining this midpoint and vertex is called median. I am naming this median as CF. So AD, BE, CF are 3 medians of triangle ABC. Do you understand, children? Okay. Now these 3 medians are meeting at a point. We can also define as the 3 line segments are concurrent at a point. This is the point of concurrency. This point is said to be centroid of the triangle. How can we call this point? Centroid. So the 3 medians of a triangle are concurrent. That is, the 3 medians intersect at the same point. That point is said to be centroid of the triangle. Do you understand, children? Okay. Next we have a note on this centroid concept. Okay. What is the note? In acute angle, the obtuse angle and the right angle triangles, their medians always lies inside of the triangle. Do you understand, children? In acute angle triangle, see, this is an According to the note, medians. What are the medians? The line joining the vertex to the midpoint of its opposite side. Think that this is the midpoint of this side. So we are joining the vertex to its midpoint. Think this is the midpoint of this side. So we are joining this midpoint to its vertex. So this is the centroid. See, all the medians are lies inside the triangle. That is, they are saying in acute angle, obtuse angle, right angle triangle, the medians always lies inside the triangle. See, all the medians are lies inside the triangle. Similarly, think that this is the midpoint of this side. So this is one of the median. Think that this is the midpoint of this side. Join this midpoint to its opposite vertex. Similarly, think that this is the midpoint of this side. Join this midpoint in its opposite side. See, all the three medians are lies inside the triangle. This is what type of triangle? This is right angle triangle. And this is acute angle triangle. Since all the angles are acute. See, what is the type of this triangle? Obtuse angle triangle. See, by seeing this, you can easily identify this is an obtuse angle. So, we can call this triangle as a obtuse angle triangle. So, what is the midpoint of this side? Think that this may be its midpoint. And which is the opposite vertex? See here, we can also name this triangle as ABC. This is the vertex C, which is its opposite side, AB. And think that this is the midpoint of the side AB. Now we are going to join the midpoint to its opposite vertex. So we can call this side as a median. Similarly, which is the midpoint of BC? I think that this may be the midpoint of BC. I name it as E. Which is the opposite vertex of the side BCA. So we are going to join the vertex and the midpoint of its opposite side. Similarly, which is the opposite side of the vertex BAC. So this may be the midpoint of the side AC and name it as F. Now we are going to join the midpoint to its opposite vertex. See, these three lines. What are the three lines? How can we call the name the medians? One is AE. AE is 1 median. And another one is BF. And another one is CD. Thus we can say the medians AE, BF, CD are lies inside the triangle ABC. Once again read the note. In acute angle, obtuse angle and right angle triangles, their medians always lies inside the triangle. I hope you understand. Next we are going to see another important concept, attitudes of a triangle. Listen carefully children, then only you can easily understand. What is meant by attitudes of a triangle? Now we have discussed median of a triangle. Now we are going to discuss attitudes of a triangle. Listen carefully and also define what is the difference between median and the attitude. Okay? Listen. The line segment, attitude is also a nothing but a line segment drawn from a vertex of a triangle. Similarly, we have defined as in the case of median also. Median is a line segment drawn from a vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of its opposite side. Here, what is the difference? The line segment drawn from a vertex of a triangle perpendicular to the, this is the word, perpendicular to the side opposite to the vertex is called attitude. Okay? Listen carefully. What is meant by attitude? Before that, you have to know what is meant by perpendicular. What is meant by perpendicular? See here. This is one line. This is the another line. Now the angle between these two lines is 90 degree. So we can call these two lines as perpendicular line. How can we call this line? Perpendicular lines. Okay, so the line segment drawn from a vertex of a triangle perpendicular. Perpendicular means the line segment should make the angle 90 degree with its opposite side. Okay, to the side opposite of the vertex is called attitude. Okay, see here. What is the name of the triangle? P, Q, R. Okay, these are the three vertices. P, Q, R are the three vertices. And which is the opposite side to the vertex R, P, Q. And which is the opposite side to the vertex P, Q, R. Which is the opposite side to the vertex Q, P, R. now we are going to draw the perpendicular line from each vertex. First I am choosing the vertex P. Now we are going to draw the perpendicular line to its opposite side. Here which is the opposite side? RQ. So in order to we have to draw this line, it should make 90 degree with this side. Then only we can call this line as a altitude of this triangle. So PB is one of its altitudes. Similarly, we are going to draw the one more altitude. Okay. So which is the another vertex? Q is the another vertex. So which side is opposite to this vertex? R, P or PR. Now we are going to draw a perpendicular line from Q to this side PR. So that the angle between this line and this side should be 90 degree. Then only we can call this line as a altitude. Altitude means perpendicular height. What is my altitude? Perpendicular height. Similarly, we are going to draw the another altitude from the vertex R, which is the opposite side to it, PQ. Now we are going to draw a perpendicular line from R to its opposite side. So the angle between the side PQ and the altitude should be 90 degree. If it is 90 degree only, then we can call this line RA as a line segment, RA as a altitude. Okay. So these three line segment, what are the three line segment? PB. Another one QC. Next RA. These three are called altitudes of a triangle. So a triangle has three altitudes as a triangle has three medians. So we can say a triangle has three medians as well as a triangle has three altitudes. Okay. Next we are going to see orthocenter. What is meant by orthocenter? If in a triangle, if all the medians are meeting at a point, then the point is called the point of concurrency. That point of concurrency is said to be centroid. Similarly, if the altitudes of a triangle are meeting at a particular point, that is they are concurrent at a certain point, that point is called orthocenter, and we are naming that point as H. Here we call the centroid as G. Here we are calling the orthocenter as H. Okay, now we are going to read the definition for orthocenter. The altitudes of a triangle are concurrent. Concurrent means they are meeting at a point. They intersect at the same point. Do you understand? The point of concurrency. This is the point of concurrency. The point of concurrency of the altitudes of a triangle is called orthocenter of the triangle. I hope you understand. What is the orthocenter? The altitudes of a triangle are concurrent. These are the altitudes. They are concurrent. It means they are meeting at a point. This point of intersection is said to be orthocenter. The symbol used for orthocenter is H. I hope you understand this concept. Next children, we are also going to recall some concept from fractions. How do you add two given fractions? How do you subtract the given two fractions? How do you multiply the given two fractions? Already we have taught all these concepts. Okay, once again we are going to recall this concept. Okay, first of all we are going to do the first sum. What is the first sum? Read the question. 1 by 12 plus 7 by 9. We can add or subtract the fractions if they are like terms. What is like fractions? What is the like fractions? The denominator should be same. Okay. If the denominators are same means we can easily add or subtract the given fractions. But see here the given two denominators are different. So we have to make these two fractions as like fractions. How do you make the given two fractions as a like fraction? Yes, by finding the LCM of their denominators. What are the LCM? 12 and 9. So we have to factorize these numbers by using the prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, etc. So in the process of factorization, you must use the prime numbers. See, both the numbers are divisible by 3. So first of all, I am using the number 3 to divide these two numbers. So 4 3s are 12, 3 3s are 9. Again I am using the 3. 3 did not divide the 4. So write the 4 as it is. 3 1 times. So I am dividing the 4 by 2. 2 2s are 4. Write the 1 as it is. Again 2 1 time 1 time. Thus we have factorized the given denominators. Now we are going to find the LCM for these two denominators. Why we are going to find the LCM? By finding the LCM, we are going to convert the given two fractions as like fractions. Why we are converting the given two fractions into like fractions? Because we have to add these two fractions. Okay. So how can we find the LCM? By multiplying these factors. So 2 into 2, 3 into 3. 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9. So 9 4s are 36. So LCM of 12 and 9 is 36. First you have to find the fraction 1 by 12. Now we are going to convert this 1 by 12 as its equivalent fraction having this LCM as its denominator. So we have to convert this 12 into 36. How do you convert this 12 into 36? What should be multiplied with 12 to get 36? See here, 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. So 12 into 3, 36. We understand children? 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. So 12 into 3, 36. So if you multiply the 12 by 3, you get the answer 36. 3 2s are 6, 1 3 is 3. So you have to multiply the same number by the numerator also. So multiply the numerator by 3. So 1 into 3, 3. Thus we have converted the 1 by 12 into 3 by 36. Similarly, you have to convert the second fraction. Write the second fraction 7 by 9. What should be multiplied with 7 to get this LCM 36? What should be multiplied with 9 to get 36? See here, 9 into 4, 36. So you have to multiply both denominator and the numerator by 4. So 7 4s are 28. So thus we have converted 1 by 12 into 3 by 36. 7 by 9 into 28 by 36. See, both the denominators are same as LCM. Now we are going to add these two fractions. So first you have to write the mistake. 1 by 12 plus 7 by 9, which is equal to 1 by 12 is converted into 3 by 36. So we have to write its equivalent fraction 3 by 36. Similarly, 7 by 9 is converted into 28 by 36. Write it as 28 by 36. See, the given two fractions are like fraction means we can easily add or subtract it. So write the denominator only once. Now you have to add the numerator 3 plus 28. So what is the answer? 31 by 36. Thus we have added the given two fractions. Do you understand children? See the next is 7 by 15 minus 5 by 12. 7 by 15 minus 5 by 12. See here also we have the different denominators. So we have to find the LCM for this. First I am using the number 3. So 5 3s are 15, 4 3s are 12. So 5, 1 times 4. 4 it is divisible by 2. So again 2, 2, 1, 1. So we are going to find the LCM now. So LCM equal to, that is LCM of 12 and 15. 15 and 12 we are going to find LCM. 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. So 5 2s are 10, 3 2s are 6. So LCM is 16. We understand children? Now we are going to convert these two fractions into its equal fractions. So 7 by 15, which is equal to 7 by 15 into 15. So what should be multiplied with 15 to get 60? See here, 5 3s are 15. So 2 2s are 4. So 15 into 4, 60. So you have to choose the number 4 to multiply the denominator as well as the numerator. So your answer is 15 4s are 60, 7 4s are 48. Do you understand? Next you have to write the second fraction 5 by 12. Listen carefully children. Now we are going to convert this 12 into 60. See here, 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. So what should be multiplied with 12 to get 60? 5. So 12 by 60. So 12 into 5 into 5. 5 by 25. Thus we have converted 5 by 12 as 25 by 60. Once again write the question children. What is the question? 7 by 15 minus 5 by 12. So 7 by 15 can be written as 28 by 60 minus 5 by 12 can be written as 25 by 60. See, thus we have converted the unlike fraction into like fractions by taking the LCM of their denominators. Now we can easily subtract these two fractions. How can we subtract? By subtracting their numerators. So 28 minus 25 by 60. So what is the answer? 3 by 60. You can also divide this number by 3 tables. So 1 3 is 3, 2 3 is 6, right is 0. So 1 by 20. So we got the answer 1 by 20. I hope you understand. Next we are going to see how to multiply the given two fractions. How can we multiply? By multiplying their numerators and also multiplying their denominators. So whether in the question they are given two fractions or three fractions. First of all you have to multiply the numerators and their denominators. So 16 into 5 divided by 25 into 12. In the case of subtraction and addition, you have to write the denominator only one time. But in the case of multiplication, you have to product their denominator like this. Before multiplying, you have to check the possible for cancellation. See here 15, 25. So you can use 5 table. So now I am using the 5 table to cancel it. 3 5s are 15, 5 3s are 15. So 16 into 3 by 5 into 12. See here. Also we have the possible for cancellation. Here we have 3, here we have 12. So now I am using 3 table to cancel it. 1 3 is 3, 4 3s are 12. So 16 into 1 by 5 into 4. Do you understand children? 1 3 is 3, 4 3s are 12. See here. Here we have 4, here we have 16. So we can use 4 table to cancel it. 1 4 is 4, 4 4s are 16. So 4 into 1 by 5 into 1. So your answer is 4 by 5. Thus we have recalled how to add given to unlike fractions, how to subtract given to unlike fractions, how to multiply the given two fractions. I hope you all understand all the concepts today we have discussed. Okay, write your class up very neatly, do your homework correctly. Okay, thank you. What is meant by triangle children? A triangle has 3 sides and 3 vertices. What are the 3 vertices? A, B, C are the 3 vertices. What are the 3 sides? A, B, B, C, C, A are the 3 sides. And what are the 3 angles? Angle A, angle B, angle C. These are the 3 angles of a triangle. Okay. So listen my question carefully. Opposite side of vertex A. Which is the opposite side of vertex A? Which is the opposite side of vertex A? BC. Do you understand? BC is the opposite side of vertex A. Okay. Opposite side of vertex B is, which is the opposite side of vertex B? CA. So opposite side of vertex B is, we can also write it as AC. Okay. Which is the opposite side of vertex C? Which is the opposite side of vertex C? AB. So opposite side of vertex C is AB. I hope you understand. Okay. Next we are going to see types of triangle. Okay. What are the types of triangle we have seen? Acute angled triangle, right angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle and scalene triangle. These 3 are based on sides. See here, what is meant by scalene triangle? If all the length of the sides of the triangle are different. See here, this is 4 centimeter and this is 9.6 centimeter and this is 7.5 centimeter. All the measures are different. So if the measurement of the length of the sides of the triangle are different, then the triangles are said to be scalene triangle. Okay. Next, isosceles triangle. What is meant by isosceles triangle? If any 2 sides of a triangle are equal in length. See here, here also 5.6, here also 5.6. But the third side is 7 centimeter. So, thus the two sides are equal in length. So we can call this triangle as isosceles triangle. Okay, isosceles triangle means any two sides are equal in length. Okay. Next we are going to see equilateral triangle. What is in the equilateral triangle? If the length of all the sides of the triangle are equal. See, all the sides are measured 6 cm, 6 cm, 6 cm. All are same. So such triangles are said to be equilateral triangle. Okay. So far we have discussed equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene triangle. These are the three types based on measures of sides. Okay. Next we are going to see types of triangle based on angles. Okay. First we are going to see obtuse angle triangle. What is my obtuse angle triangle? If any one of the angles of a triangle is obtuse. Triangle has how many angles? 3 angles. 1, 2, 3. Observe the 3 angles. One is 30, another one is 30, another one is 120. See, 120 degree is obtuse angle. If any one of the angle is obtuse, then the triangle is said to be obtuse angled triangle. So this triangle is obtuse angled triangle. Similarly, if any one of the angle is 90 degree, then the triangle is said to be right angled triangle. See here, one of the angle is 40 degree and one of the angle is 50 degree and another angle is 90 degree. So among the 3 angles we got one right angle. So we can call this triangle as a right angled triangle. Okay, what is meant by right angle? 90 degree is said to be right angle triangle. And what is meant by acute angled triangle? If all the angles of a triangle are acute, then the triangle is said to be acute angled triangle. I hope you have understand. Okay. Next we are going to see centroid of a triangle. What is meant by centroid of a triangle? The point of concurrency of medians of a triangle is said to be centroid of a triangle. The symbol we are using is G. Okay, what are the medians? BQ, PA, RC. These are the 3 medians. These 3 medians meeting at a point. That point is said to be centroid. How can you get a median? By joining a vertex to its midpoint. This is the midpoint of the side PQ. Midpoint of its opposite side we get a median. Okay. Next we are going to see orthocenter. What is meant by orthocenter? The point of concurrency of altitudes of a triangle. What are the altitudes? AD, BE, CF. What is meant by altitude? Altitude is a perpendicular line drawn from a vertex to its opposite side. This is not a midpoint. Okay, this is a point where the line segment meet this side AB. So this is a altitude. So these 3 altitudes meeting at a point. This point is said to be orthocenter. I hope you understand the types of triangle as well as triangle, centroid and the orthocenter. Okay.